In this video, we're going to talk about web accessibility as it forms part of HTML basics. There are three parts to web accessibility that you need to take note of. The first one is the semantic HTML. Use the right element for the right purpose. You can actually save yourself a whole lot of accessibility drama by just using the right element. But additionally to that, there are two other attributes that you can use. The first one is the role attribute, and we'll be looking a little bit closer at that as an example just now. And then you have the ARIA dash attribute. So ARIA dash attributes, there's actually quite a lot of ARIA type of attributes. The difference between the role and the ARIA attributes is that the ARIA attributes defines the state of something. Like you have ARIA expanded or ARIA hidden or ARIA has pop-up, which defines the behavior and the state of the element, whereby the role defines the type. Is the role a banner or a group or a toolbar or a list, so role defines a type, the ARIA attributes defines the behavior or state. I have a header. In the header, I want to obviously put a heading, so I'm going to put the H1 and then put in my title there for my application. And then I also want to have a toolbar, but now we don't have a semantic element for a toolbar. And it's not navigational, it's literally a toolbar. So nav doesn't make sense yet because I'm not navigating away. So in that case, I'm basically going to need to use a div. But I can say that the role of this div is a toolbar. So the screen reader will pick up and say, oh, okay, this might be a div, but actually it's a toolbar. And inside of this toolbar, I can add a button, which is again semantically correct because that's what we want. And in the toolbar, I'm adding my button and I'm going to say button 1. And in reality, I don't need to do much more than that. I know that I'm working on a header, that this is a title. I know that this is a toolbar and the toolbar contains a button. And the assistive technology can just pick that up and kind of roll with it. So where do I want to use the ARIA stuff? Well, what if I have a group? So we say, okay, well, I want to create a group where the element can expand and collapse, and I want to know whether it is in an expanded or a collapsed state. Okay, so we don't have a group element, so I'm going to use a div again, but this time I'm going to say the role is equal to a group. And I want to say that the ARIA expanded is equal to false. By default, it's collapsed. And inside here, I can have any sort of content. And if I want to expand this, I can just set this to true, and then it's expanded. And the assistive technology will see that and say, okay, well, this is a group item and it is expanded, or this is a group item and it is collapsed. Additionally, this is also helpful from a styling perspective because I now know, okay, I can look at ARIA role, or I can look at role group and style my groups in a particular way, and I can show or hide the content based on the ARIA expanded, which just helps me be clearer within my CSS without having to add special classes or anything like that to do. So using web accessibility technology is not just for getting disabled people to enjoy your content, although that is the primary goal. It is also to help you as a developer coming back to maintain this later and say, oh, okay, this is a group, it's now expanded, and it helps you with your styling endeavors as well. Make sure you visit the accessibility website. I'll put the link in the description in anyway, but there's a lot of content here that you can work through. Now, it takes time to sort of get your head around all the various elements that's in there, but you can at least look through some of the items. Like menus is quite a common scenario that you're going to be facing. So go and read about the content around the menus and see how that works. The same goes for things like forms. Forms is quite a common item as well, especially the idea around labeling of controls, dealing with grouped information, and especially also around working with custom controls. So go through the website, peruse it, start to get an understanding. Web accessibility is very important and is something that really deserves your best attention.